Hello everyone, and welcome to another royal reading here at MadWorldTarot. And yes, the day has finally dawned. As ever, went live. You could buy Meghan's products, her jams, spreads, crepe mix, honey, herbal teas. It sold out very quickly. Now, suspicious minds might think that's because there was very little actually for sale. That's a tactic that some influencers use, including the Kardashians, who are known to be influencers on Meghan Markle, shall we just say. So who knows? While the expensive products that were for sale, honey for £21, flower sprinkles for £12, raspberry spread with the keepsake packaging £11, and of course you can save an enormous amount of money by keeping the jam jars and using them to put love letters in, or even your pens. Amazing how imaginative and creative Meghan Markle is with her household tips. So we're going to have a look and see how this brand launch, this product launch is going, how it's going to do. Little 5-card reading with the Desperate Housewives Tarot. No, it's not the Desperate Housewives Tarot. It's just the Housewives Tarot. That's my name for it. Because I think things might be a little bit desperate. And the reason I say this is because somebody in Santa Barbara, the Mercury News, did an article a few days ago when Meghan showed up in Gwyneth Paltrow's kitchen, to the surprise and astonishment of all. They did a little expose of Goop's financials. Well, apparently there aren't any financials to actually scrutinize. Gwyneth Paltrow is very coy about how successful Goop actually is. 17 years later, there have been massive layoffs. She told Vanity Fair recently that it's a good business, it's a strong business, but apparently there are grumbles that it's just a vanity thing, that she's an erratic CEO, she dips in and out. And the same, according to the Mercury News, could be said of Meghan Markle. So, as I said, we're going to just have a quick look. Oops. The microphone went on the floor. Well, not the microphone itself, but the cables that connect the microphone to the camera went on the floor. Perhaps Goop, as ever, is going to go on the floor too. So we're going to see how it's going to do. We're going to ask Meghan's current financial state. We're going to ask as well, because we're quizzy and nosy, we're going to ask how Goop actually does. And we're going to ask Meghan's hopes and fears for this launch and for the success of As Ever. We know that she thinks she's going to be a billionaire, but we're going to dig beneath that claim and ask what she really thinks. And then we're going to ask how it's actually going to do. As I said, all sold out. So if you were hoping to get some of that flower sprinkles to stick on everything, then you're out of luck. I have to say I have a gripe about all of this. I have many gripes, but my main one is the fact that she doesn't seem to be able to sit down and eat properly at a table. It's all hanging over the kitchen counter, stuffing food, slurping with hair dangling over food, slurping off plates on the kitchen counter. It's disgraceful to me. There's a wonderful French woman on YouTube who has just done a thing about how to actually eat properly at a table. Meghan should watch it, my opinion. Okay, hopes and expectations. I have another gripe while I'm on the subject of gripes. Does she not know about protein, vegetables? It just seems to be sugar, fruit spread, and crepes and spaghetti. That seems to be the full extent of her repertoire. Amazing for someone as skinny as she is, that's what she thinks is healthy to eat. Anyway, gripes over. Underlying energy, 3 of Wands, and I forgot to say it's tarot for entertainment purposes, my opinion, just reading energy, disclaimer in the box below. 3 of Wands is hope and expectation, waiting for your ship to come in. You've launched that ship, it's gone off to stack itself full of lovely things, and it's coming back. You hope, you're waiting to see. So that's where we are. That's the underlying energy. Very, very plausible for underlying energy for a brand launch that's just happened today. and everybody waiting to see what happens, including, I'm sure, Prince Has-Been and Netflix. So I think the royals too are hoping that it's a wild success so they can finally get her off their backs, but good luck with that, royal family. My opinion, of course, the situation we're dealing with the 9 of Wands, and it's in reverse. Oh dear, that's not very promising energy for somebody who's just launched themselves on the unsuspecting public with their spreads and wild honey and whatever, as ever. So that's the card, of course, of being beaten down and almost submitting, really, that you've suffered so many blows that you've collapsed on the floor and can take no more. There's no one to protect you. There's no protection around you. You're just open to attack, and really resources depleted, collapsed on the floor. That's our 9 of Wands in reverse. So that tells me where she actually is. For all the stuff that's being pumped out on her Instagram accounts, both of them, as ever, and Meghan, the thing with Doria, the thing with the crew, so much stuff, all of it. The food looks particularly unappetizing. Even Doria had to struggle to find something nice to say about it. Some people said nastily that she possibly hadn't been paid enough to say something nice about the food. It's all just cringe. It's all terribly unappetizing, tacky. The one where she's dancing in front of her stove, where she's clearly trying to merge Le Creuset cookware. Oh my. Stirring 2 pots at once at the back of the stove with the lids and the front plates on the stove. Very odd, with those inept dance moves and very strange, unappetizing stuff in those pots. Le Creuset must be just cringing at this point. Anyway, I'm having another moment of griping. Clearly this is something that's got under my skin. So let's see how Meghan's finances are just in general today. Well, just in general, generally. Oh, we've got the Sun. That's very optimistic. It's one of the abundance cards. It's joyful, gleeful, celebrating. This is it. Hit the jackpot basically with the Sun there. So it tells me that I don't know how realistic the energy is that's coming off that card, but it's certainly celebrating energy. It's excited. It's optimistic. It thinks this is it. Perhaps it is. Perhaps she's sold out wild numbers of things, and I'm just being a negative about it all and a naysayer, and thinking that she's using a tired old influencer trick to have only 2 of each products, and whoop, sold out. But that's a very healthy card. It's healthy certainly in terms of optimism. Let's just say that. I'm going to move on to Goop because I'm curious, and I'm allowed to be curious as a tarot reader who does tarot readings for entertainment purposes. I want to know how successful Goop really is. Sure, we all know about it, but how successful is it really? Not so much King of Wands in reverse. A lot of hype there. A lot of hype. I don't think much of it is realistic. We're told that she was a leader in that whole lifestyle brand thing, that she was ahead of her time. King of Wands is very much a leader. Showbiz as well, and as I say, this article that I was quoting from earlier has told us that it's perceived as a vanity brand. It's something she dabbles in when she feels like it. The erratic CEO. Who would best represent an erratic CEO in tarot? The King of Wands in reverse, dips in and out when it feels like it. Sort of whimsical. Oh, today I feel like dabbling, and oh no, then I'm bored and I won't bother for the next 6 months. That's King of Wands energy in reverse. I'm not saying that's how she literally is, but that is the energy that's coming through. So it tells me it's erratic. It has good moments, it has bad moments. It tells me, because it's Wands, that there's lots of spin around the situation, a lot of PR being pumped out saying she was ahead of her time, how brilliant she is. Not so much when the King of Wands is in reverse. So that's interesting. Very interesting. Meghan's hopes and fears. We've got the Sun on the table already. Oh, we've got the Empress in reverse. She's worried about this. She's worried about this just being a disaster. Empress is Martha Stewart. Who else? The Contessa. That other one, I can't remember her name. There's so many. Goodness me, there's so many out there. From way back, you know, the Ancient of Days, Julia Childs, all of them are empresses, goddesses in the kitchen. What's her name? The domestic goddess, the English one. Can't think. Gone blank. Completely blank. Crazy. I know her well. Never mind. It might come back to me at some stage. You know who I mean. The very Nigella. They're empresses in the kitchen. They know their way around. They are engaging. They're desirable. They are. Their brands are lucrative, and they are creative. They are bountiful. They are blessed with stardust, not dead flowers, stardust, the empresses. She's worried she's going to come across as a fraud and a fake. That is going to be a huge, big disaster. Empress in reverse, toxic femininity, faking it, being unpopular, undesirable, having no value, having no originality, creativity. It's an abundance card as well. I said the Sun is one of the abundance cards in the tarot. The Empress is another one. Empress in reverse, she is terrified that this is going to be a giant flop. It's sitting under the Nine of Wands in reverse. Those are her true feelings. When I asked about her financial situation right now, it's terribly optimistic. It's bouncing around. I can just imagine she's on a huge upper at the moment. On a huge high is the better word, especially with that Three of Wands as our underlying energy. Hoping, rubbing her hands in glee. I was going to say rude things about her hands, but no, I reserve those for her feet. Let's move on to the outcome of this reading and how well is the brand going to do. It's had its first day, it's sold out. We have the Sun on the table, but we also have the Empress in reverse and the Nine of Wands in reverse. We know what Goop's about, according to the tarot, allegedly. And so how's this thing going to do? Oh, it's a new start for her. It is a new start for her. She's going to keep going with this, the Fool. She's on her new journey. It's not guarantee of success. The Fool card is a fresh start. This is her new venture. She's going all out with this because she believes, Sun and Three of Wands, that this is going to be the winner. Finally, she's back where she wanted to be with the Tig, but now she's the Duchess of Sussex. I'm Meghan Sussex now. And so this is where she's going to put all her energy. Finally, she's left behind being a royal. She's left behind being a humanitarian. She's left behind caring about people whose children have whatever themselves as a result of online bullying. She's all in with this. So she's going to keep going with this. I guess Netflix is going to have to keep going with this as well if they want to recoup any of the money that they have blown on the Parkles in the past 5 years. It's not telling me success. It's also not telling me failure. It's telling me you're going to have to watch this space because this is a new adventure that she's on, and we're all going to have to watch her explore this new adventure and see where it leads. I have my doubts. I have my doubts with the King of Wands in reverse, the Nine of Wands in reverse, and her own doubts are showing up on the table with the Empress in reverse. But still, this is where her energy is going, her focus, her enthusiasm, as long as it lasts. And Fool, let me just tell you, is about risk taking. It's about it's about a leap of faith. Classically, that's what the Fool is described as in traditional tarot, taking a leap of faith. So it's flinging yourself off the cliff and hoping that the bridge appears so that you can step across the chasm and not land splat in the canyon below. So there is potential in the Fool for some face planting, and she herself certainly is very concerned about a big giant face plant. So that's the reading. Thanks for watching. We'll just have to watch and see what happens.